a nice bowl of soup. Welcome to Tales Tomorrow. I'm Morrow, your storyteller for today. Here with me I have some more RPG horror stories. Guys, I am tired of staying apolitical. I'm about to get political today. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Morrow, you monster, how dare you? Hey, shut up, it's great. I am the devil, I sow the chaos. Well, assuming there's chaos in the comments. Maybe there's no chaos in the comments. If you're watching the video, write something chaotic in the comments. Sow the chaos in the comments for me. Anyway, enough about me doing dumb intros for the beginning of the video, so let's get some RPG horror stories for today. My first D&D character was SA'd twice. For context, I'm 20, female to male. At the time, I was 16 female. I was playing an online D&D session. He was with a group of friends, all men, all of them were crap people. I'm luckily away from 90% of them now, and as an extra note, I'm autistic. This will be important later. My character was a 15-year-old male ranger wood elf called Zorro. My first session I fell from a tree and the party found me. My good friend at the time I'll call X. Xavier, I'm not gonna call X, took me under his wing and took me to a tavern. When we get to a tavern, we run to a Lady Dimitrescu. At the time I had a crush on Lady Dimitrescu and my DM knew this. He then says after a few drinks, Lady Dimi takes me to a room where my character gets, oh! I say my character runs out of the room in an attempt to de-escalate the situation, but the DM says she drags him back in to a 16-year-old. Ugh. Lady Dimitrescu, Lady Dimitrescu is supposed to be like, there's like a power fantasy that I noticed. People want to be dominated by Lady Dimitrescu. They don't want to dominate her, they want to be manhandled by her, and I fully get it. She's tall, big, voluptuous lady. I'll let her throw me into walls and wherever she wants to. I'll let her do horrible things I can't even say on this platform. But to do this to a 16-year-old? Bruh, you gotta pump the brakes a little bit. Jesus Christ. Like, don't go like, oh, your character gets sexually assaulted. Don't do that. Don't enforce these sort of things. If a player's into it, maybe do it tastefully, but this is not okay. This is not okay at all. I'm okay if, let's say, for example, things get kind of lewd or maybe, you know, saucy, if the tables agree with it and this is the kind of game you guys want to play. But as soon as unconsensual sexual assault happens, no. Get out of the game. Run for the hills. It's not worth it. If somebody just casually puts up like sexual assault like that, but just forces on your player character, this is not a game you want to play in. After this point, I didn't understand the gravity of what happened to my character, and I sat down mildly uncomfortable after. But after my character leaves covered in kiss marks on his face, and Lady Dimitrescu was pregnant. Yes, pregnant. My 15-year-old character was now a dad. Not long after some spell, my character is not carrying the baby. He is pregnant. What the hell? I was outright confused, and later he gives birth, I believe, and ditches the baby after a while. This wasn't the only time. Not many people hopped on the sessions after my character gained wild magic, and my DM makes it so my character, my 15-year-old character, screws 3 different goddesses that I made the designs for. I didn't even realize it was SA. I would say after this, DM had several moments with me where he was creepy and made creepy comments due to having a crush on me. Okay. To any DM, regardless of your age and regardless of your lack of riz, SA is not riz. It is not flirting. It is not game. It is not anything. To put someone's player character in a situation where either they forced to SA somebody or they get SA'd is L riz. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know why even a stupid tiefling on the internet even needs to say it out loud. This will not get you any action. This will not get anybody attracted towards you. The likelihood of you finding anybody that finds that equally hot, I mean, I guess I won't say it's not impossible because some people are really into weird, kinky, freaky things, but this is a wrong place to look for that kind of thing. You don't look for this kind of thing at a D&D table. You go to like, I don't know, sketchy bars or something, or like a BDSM dungeon or something. I'm sure they have something like that in Japan, right? Pretty sure, maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know this stuff, but that's all the information I have right now that I can remember. I didn't realize this was SA and PDF file until much later. Safe to say, I've been role-playing with my current girlfriend and trying to fix any association of that session with Zorro. It's going to eventually be used in a D&D session, to see how it runs in a proper one. I wish you best of luck, and I'm sorry that was your experience, but I hope you're having yourself a better experience surrounded by proper good people that are actually gonna have you have proper D&D sessions. Man, this is really unfortunate how many young people have to deal with such a situation where they're just forced into these horrible things happening to them. Not only just because like SA stuff happened to them whenever they are young, but like then DMs like using it as a momentum to try to strike up some sort of a flirt line or riz. SA in a TTRPG is L riz. I don't know who needs to hear this, and I can't believe I need to say it out loud, but a stupid dumb tiefling on the internet needs to actually tell people this is not riz, this is creepy, stop this behavior, please. Let's get on to the next story for today. He joined to watch the campaign, then pitched an 18+ RPG. Hello, I like watching videos about this subreddit that share absurd RPG horror stories, and I thought, wow, I think I have something to tell. Sorry for any mistakes, I'm Brazilian, I'm running this text through translator. So I've been playing tabletop RPGs for about 5 to 6 years, and at the time I had just started GMing 3D&T Alpha, a very popular Brazilian D6 system that is available for free. A friend and I had doubts about a rule and wanted to clear it up, so I went to a server dedicated to the system to look for help. That's when we met someone I'll call Olab. I don't know, is this supposed to be like an acronym or something? I can't tell. Somebody in the comments fill me in. Olab seems like a nice person and really understood the system. On that same day, after explaining the rules to us, he said, "It's been a long time since I've seen a campaign using the system. Can I come watch?" I was naive and agreed, so I sent him the private server where we played. At first he seemed to get along well with everyone and was a fun person to have around, but he was extremely inactive, to the point where I sometimes forgot he was even on the server. Then one day he suddenly came up with this idea. "Guys, a friend of mine wants to run an 18+ RPG. I immediately thought, wait, what? He then explained that it was a world his friend had created where all men had disappeared, and now heroines, all women, highly sexualized, of course, had to fight against an evil witch who was a Futanari. Right after that, he sent some not safe for work drawings related to the Futa dragons. Oh my god. Don't put this stuff in my head. I play VR chat. As soon as you say Futanari witch or Futanari dragons, I can imagine it. I can picture it. I've seen the things on the internet. Not that I've seen it on regular, but once you see it, it burns into your skull forever. Let's continue. What made this even more suspicious was the story about this friend. Whenever one of them was online, the other was offline, and this pattern kept repeating, even though Discord usernames was similar. Obviously, I won't say what they were. It really felt like he was taking advantage of what was supposed to be a safe space, especially with 2 female RPG players, to see if this insane idea would stick. I don't remember every detail, but the situation was very memorable to my group. After a short conversation, we immediately blocked them and kicked them from the server. From that point on, only the owner and the admin are able to let new people into the server. That's crazy. He's like, yeah, a friend of mine, totally, friend, guys, a friend of mine. Do you see his Discord? Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, hi, I'm a friend. Like, why are you pretending that you have a friend? We're just making 2 separate Discords and stuff. Just say out loud, hey guys, I wrote a horny TTRPG about Futanari and stuff. You guys want to play it? Like, if you want to play this stuff, you will find an audience as long as you post about it specifically. But coming to a server and expecting people to just want to try a new system is just wild to me. I'm assuming you guys decided to block the guy because it's getting a little bit creepy. Like, there's nothing wrong with, let's say, for example, shooting your shot. Be like, hey, I made a hentai system. Futanari and all females and stuff. Would you like to play it? It's 18+ and stuff. There's nothing wrong with shooting your shot, but you gotta look in specific places for it. I'm sure there's like a sexy looking for RPG, D&D, DVDA kind of game. I'm sure there's like a looking for game to finger blast in. I'm sure there's like a subreddit like r/LOG looking to finger blast 18+ hot tiefling content. Yeah, I don't know, Reddit out there. I don't know, man. Actually, how do people even find sexy games out there? I'm assuming it's got to be advertised, right? Maybe go to like LFG and you state, hey, this is an adult game, sexy stuff, lot of nudity, lot of sex. Only come in if that's the kind of thing you're into, and this is the kind of plot that you're going to be playing out. Like if somebody advertises stuff like that for series, I'm sure there's a platform out there, or some sort of like a forum to advertise this sort of things, right? If you know how people advertise it, can you clue me in? Because I genuinely have no idea. I'm sure there's something, but what? Maybe a Discord, like a hidden secret Discord where a bunch of perverts gather together to roll math rocks and tease nuts? Maybe. Anyway, let's get to the next story for today. GM kept trying to assault my character. Sorry for my bad English. I'll tell you a few stories about the strangest game master I've ever played with. I was 20. Okay, I've never heard somebody actually say game master or dungeon master. Nobody, ever. I've only heard DM and GM. I mean, I know what the acronym stands for, but I never heard somebody publicly, like out loud, say dungeon master or game master. Don't call me a dungeon master unless we're in a dungeon and I have my whips and chains of bondage on me, because I will get it out. Don't tease me. I will do it. I'm bluffing. I don't have that. Anyway, let's continue. I was 20 years old and just started out with RPGs. We had a small group of online games via Discord and Roll20. The game master I want to tell you about was a man in his 30s with a wife and a young daughter. The games were video recorded, so he even showed her a couple of times. The other players in the group were all men, except for me. 1. A game about urban mysticism. Game master started with my character, a woman, waking up in bed with another player's character, which is a man. It doesn't seem that scary, but later turns out he is my character's great-grandfather. The game crashed during the same session. What? Incest? Gilfcest? Oh my god, what the hell? What is the reason for all this? Was it just like, were you guys like, you know, canoodling? Is that the word I can use? Yeah, canoodling. You know what I mean. 2. A game about a post-apocalyptic world. My character was a female soldier who woke up from a cryopod and found himself in a post-apocalyptic world. Another player's character was a cyborg, and at some point, during the second or even first session, the game master told the cyborg to roll the dice. He failed, and the game master said, "You're attacking the female soldier because you're susceptible to the influence and attempting to assault her." The player and I were shocked. The other players were involved in another scene and couldn't come to my character's aid. In the end, I barely managed to fight them off. We didn't play the campaign after that. And I decided I should only create male characters from this game master. So he forced another player character to basically assault your player character. Why? What is this game? Also, he recorded all this and it's like, "Hey wifey, look at this game. I made the cyborg player assault sexually the other player character. Are you proud of me, wifey? Wifey, why are you packing the bags? Wifey, why are you taking Jeremy and Jeremiah?" I don't know. Coming up with child names is weird. "Oh, you staying at your parents? Oh, the door closed? Oh, okay. Well, I guess let's go make another player assault another player. Do. Like, what is this? He's showing this proudly? How? Who would want to show this? This is embarrassing. The next game was Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, I think I know where this is gonna go. We played humans who were about to become vampires, so we're just scratching the surface of the mystical world. I came up with a character, a man. Quite withdrawn, lonely, who worked in IT. There was a mysterious hack at his work, and he was trying to solve it. While he was doing this, a new colleague approached him, a sexy, very beautiful woman, and she began to seduce him. She passionately kissed him without his consent or mine. Then she comes to his house at night. She immobilizes him with hypnosis and begins sexually assaulting. Okay, what is up with this DM and sexual assault? Everything has to be a sexual assault. If everything is sexual assault, I'm kind of surprised. Oh, is this how everything is gonna go? Every interaction has to be some sort of sexual assault? I can't even imagine how he's trying to get his wife to sleep with him. Oh, no, actually, now that I said that, that sounds actually really bad. Oh no, I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. Maybe it's like a weird kink of theirs, like they're, you know, into that CNC kink, and not the, like the machinery kink, but the other CNC kink. Except this time around, they forgot to actually check the consent with the players, because I guess player consent doesn't matter, which is cringe. In the process, he transforms into a male monster from the Nosferatu clan, and the process continues. Luckily, they didn't give me any detailed description of the process. They simply presented me with the fact, your character was assaulted by a monster. I stopped playing with this master, and after a while, the group I was playing in broke up for another reason. Even though I considered them my friends, and I even liked the cyborg player as a guy. One of the players suddenly went hysterical in our chat room that women are all sly whores, including me. As it turned out, he had some kind of unrequited crush, not on me, but on another girl, and so he decided to give in to the misogyny. No one from the chat protected me, and I stopped playing with them. Luckily, everything ended well. After a while, I found friends and a husband who play RPGs in my city. And now, for several years now, I've been both a player and a GM, playing and enjoying life. And I really sympathize with all the girls who find themselves in similar situations. The fact that nobody in that group even had the gall or even decency to say, hey man, you should probably lay off, the other player didn't do anything wrong just because you got like dumped by somebody, or I guess, I don't know, turned down by them. That is crazy. That is honestly crazy. The amount of wrongness here is just terrible. Your DM just sucked. Everything about him sucked. He was honestly, actually I don't even want to even finish the sentence. I don't even want to know the kind of things they're into. I don't care the kind of things they're into. All I know is what they're doing is extremely uncomfortable. The fact that nobody else at the table spoke up about how uncomfortable this whole situation is with every single situation in some capacity, starting over ending in sexual assault. Why? Every single time everything has to be with sexual assault with this guy. Still, either way, this is like going way too far, way too far. Don't play with people like this. If they just suddenly throw sexual assault just so casually around, just don't play with them. If that's not your vibe, that's not your vibe. You're not forced to have to stomach it just because everybody else has seemed like they're maybe enjoying it. I don't know how they could be enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe they find this sort of storytelling riveting. But even then, what is riveting about it? Another sexual assault. Ooh, mystery, drama. It's so dark and creepy and oh, it's grimdark, guys. It's grimdark because it's grimdark and it's horrible and stuff. That's what makes it so good. Whoa. It's one thing to have sexual assault as an element of storytelling, but it's another thing to just be like, it just happens because it just happens. Oh, player characters meet? It happens because you're compelled to want to sexual assault this player character because they're a woman, most likely. I don't really know if that's the case, but I'm kind of leaning on the fact that the only person that was targeted is you being a woman, and everybody in the DM specifically force your player character, regardless of their man or woman, go through some sort of sexual assault. They're probably like the other DM in the other story, thinking that's some great Riz out there or something. It's like, hey, maybe she is into that sort of thing, and then try to flirt up with you later or something. Ugh, cringe. Anyways, stay away from creepy DMs. That's the only thing I can say. There's not much of a story to learn here. If the DM is being creepy the first time around, don't let him be creepy again. Just quit. Just be out of this game. Especially if nobody else speaks up and finds this weird. That's another weird thing. Nobody at the table spoke up or find any of the sexual assault stuff so weird. I would feel uncomfortable over this. Like, this has no story relevancy, no story plot. It's just happening for the sake of happening because DM just wants to get their weird, freaky fetish on, I guess. I don't know. This sounds like a DM forcing some sort of a kink or a fetish. That's what it sounds like. And everybody just going along with it. It's odd. It's weird. And honestly, if that happens to you, just get out of the table. Just get out, run for the hills. And with that, that's gonna be all our stories for today. I want to thank you very much for watching, and thanks so much for being here. If you like what I do, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. Also, if the RPG Horror Stories ever goes down, or if you want to submit your own personalized horror story, email is down in the description below. I'll see you again in more Tales Tomorrow. Bye-bye.